This is export sales for Thursday, January 29th. Took a step back to reality this week after some really strong sales here a week ago. Starting out with corn, sales still solid, 64.9 million bushels. Leaders were China, or excuse me, not China, Mexico, Colombia, and Japan, so pretty normal buyers there. Solid amount also sold to unknown, which could end up being China, but until it's shipped out, we won't really know. Going forward, sales need to average just 26.2 million bushel per week on corn. Definitely a number that is achievable, and corn exports, as long as shipments stay steady, could look at being raised. On the bean side of things, they took a step back this week as well. Once again, completely expected. Sales still strong, 30.1 million bushel. Sales led by unknown actually was the leading sales, which was a bit of a shock, especially Egypt and China were number 2 and 3. So surprising to see unknown be so firm, especially when China had reported sales. Going forward, sales need to average about 10.5 million per week on beans. Definitely going to be tough to get that number, but I would say it is achievable. We'll just have to keep a close eye on beans. On the meal side of things, meal sales really strong, 464,000 metric tons. Definitely a good number going forward. Meal needs to average about 182 per week, which is almost identical to last year's going forward pace. So definitely on track for meal to meet its expectations. Just gonna have to see if that trend can continue. On the oil side of things, really strong week again, 22.1 thousand tons sent out the door. Oil needs to average just 5.4 thousand tons per week, but that could be a tough task because oil is a very hit or miss market week by week. Oil sales definitely a lot less than last year with the big palm oil fiasco, and a lot of sales in bean oil were made. So definitely taking a step back in oil sales from last year, but in terms of expectations, right in line with where we should be. Finishing off here with wheat, sales really strong, 20.5 million bushel. Definitely could be part of the reason for wheat having a bounce this week to the higher side. Sales, Japan, Mexico, and Thailand were the leaders. And wheat going forward needs to average just 3.7 million bushel per week. I would say until I'm going to talk about exports going higher, shipments on wheat really need to step up as they're actually running below needed pace. So until shipments step up, I'm not going to say wheat exports need to be raised, but if you're looking at the sales side of things, wheat is doing very well.
This material has been prepared by a sales or trading employee or agent of Midwest Market Management and is or is in the nature of a solicitation. This material is not a research report prepared by of Midwest Market Management Research Department. By accepting this communication, you agree that you are an experienced user of the futures markets, capable of making independent trading decisions, and agree that you are not and will not rely solely on this communication in making trading decisions. Distribution in some jurisdictions may be prohibited or restricted by law. Persons in possession of this communication indirectly should inform themselves about and observe any such prohibition or restrictions. To the extent that you have received this communication indirectly and solicitations are prohibited in your jurisdiction without registration, the market commentary in this communication should not be considered a solicitation. The risk of loss in trading futures and/or options is substantial, and each investor and/or trader must consider whether this is a suitable investment. Past performance, whether actual or indicated by simulated historical tests of strategies, is not indicative of future results. Trading advice is based on information taken from trades and statistical services and other sources that of Midwest Market Management believes are reliable. We do not guarantee that such information is accurate or complete, and it should not be relied upon as such. Trading advice reflects our good faith judgment at a specific time and is subject to change without notice. There is no guarantee that the advice we give will result in profitable trades.